types of evaluations. Now, different evaluations serve different purposes, are done at different moments. So what, when, use different methodologies, require different expertise, and absorb different amounts of budget. Now, the midterm evaluation, when is this carried out? Normally, about midway through the implementation. So this was easy. Why do we carry out a midterm evaluation beyond the compliance or the obligation to carry out this evaluation? It's to understand progress against plans and to understand why progress is being achieved as planned or maybe is not being achieved as planned. We carry out midterm evaluations to suggest a number of corrective actions, corrective measures, which will enhance the efficiency and the effectiveness of the project in the remaining period. And midterm evaluations so have both a backward and a forward perspective. They look backwards to see what happened, what worked, what wouldn't work, but they have a forward-looking perspective because they suggest corrective actions and are crucial for the identifications of lessons learned. Now, if you have to launch a phase 2 of a project and you carry out a final evaluation, the results of that evaluation will come in too late. And so if you plan to use those findings to inform the programming, the future programming process, you will find that there is a big gap of time. So if you do want to have lessons learned, know where you're going in order to inform a second phase or a similar project, then a midterm is what you will be looking for. A final evaluation is done at the end of the project. Now, when we say the end of the project, very often you will find that when you look at the requirements in the contract, it says within 6 months from the end of the project. Now, our recommendation is that if you have to carry out a final evaluation, this has to be launched before the end of the project. Because when you carry out an evaluation, a final evaluation, you want to make sure that you are able to speak with a number of actors, implementing partners, target groups, counterparts. And these will be available at the location of the project or the locations of the project up until the end of the implementation period. Then the implementing partner, if it's, you know, if it was a TA team or specific experts, they will leave, they will go back. Of course, you can contact them by phone, but it's not exactly the same thing. So make sure that the final evaluation is launched so that the evaluation team, the external evaluators, can get into contact with the whole set of stakeholders before the end of the project. And then, yes, you can have other phases which extend beyond, but it's important that it starts before. What do final evaluation tell us? Well, they have a very important accountability dimension, which is one of the key functions on evaluation. They tell us what results have been achieved, what outputs have been delivered, what outcomes we have contributed to. It tells us which factors have contributed to what kind of change. Also tell us if there have been obstacles which have prevented the achievement of given results. And we refer to these as enabling or disabling factors. Some of these can be internal to the project, but some of these, in most cases, we will find that these are external to the project and relate to the context. And again, yes, final evaluations do indeed provide recommendations and provide lessons learned for future design. But future design, which is not a project which will start as soon as this is ended, because there's a time lag between the two. Ex post evaluations are done instead at a time when the impacts of the evaluation start to become visible, 1-2 years after the end of an intervention. They focus on impact and sustainability. They might also cover other issues, extent to which the project has responded to the needs of the beneficiaries, but in some cases you might want to decide to focus your energies, your resources on the higher level of the results chain. They analyze not only the expected impacts, but also the unexpected impacts. Have there been any unexpected, positive, negative effects? Yes or no? Again, what are the factors that affected these? And of course, also ex post evaluations do provide recommendations, do provide lessons learned, which can be used to inform future interventions.